Here is my ID, and here is my audience of 6 members. All right. How many of you have children? How many of you let your children play on tablets, watch TV, play on cell phones, or video games? Do you have time limits on these devices for your children? I've asked you guys this because during my speech today, I will be convincing you to limit your children's screen time. According to the Cleveland Clinic, screen time is anything that involves a screen. To start off my speech, I would like to discuss reasons why we let our children use electronics and why they're more prevalent today. Reasons why we let our children use electronics is because of convenience, keeps children occupied and entertained, and there was an increased use during the COVID pandemic. It can be easy as parents to put on a TV show or give a child a tablet to keep them entertained. Cleveland Clinic mentions on their website that most of our parents probably did that as kids when we were growing up. To get house chores done, or I'm guilty during car rides on vacations. We often let the kids use their tablets. According to the Armstrong website, the COVID pandemic really increased screen time. Schools and daycares were closed, and parents were still forced to do their job. A lot of people were confined to their home because they weren't going out anywhere, and so there was an increased use of technology during that time. And a survey from the Armstrong website shows that during the pandemic, children under the age of 11, parents reported that 20% were playing more video games and 14% were using more smartphones during that time. Our society today revolves around technology, and it's more prevalent today. Phones and computers allow communication with others. That's how we pay our bills. That's how a lot of us perform our jobs and also do virtual learning. During the pandemic, a lot of us used these to stay connected with others since we weren't able to get around other people during that time. The Read Health website assignment said that was also another way for virtual learning. During that time, assignments were being able to be uploaded and live stream lectures were done during that time. Now that we have identified why we let our children use electronics, I would like to discuss why we should limit their screen time. Too much screen time can cause negative, serious effects on our children's lives. Dr. Lay and Harrington website says that the screen time should not replace parental and human interaction with a child. The American Academy of Pediatric guidelines include that under 2, they discourage use of any type of electronics unless an adult is participating. And then also from 2 to 5 years old, no more than 1 hour a day. And then children over 5 should be given an individualized plan for their screen time. The Read Health website also states that frequent use of media for preschool age is linked to weight gain and increased childhood obesity. And that is one of the negative effects that I will be talking about on children, as well as sleep problems, device addiction, delays in language development, and delays in social skills development. The Read Health website says that impaired sleep can be because of technology use. The blue light delays release of melatonin and affects your child's cardiac rhythm. The Cleveland Clinic website says that constant stimulation can be caused by technology and can affect their sleep, and sleep is so important for growing children. Device addiction is another negative impact from technology use. Lay and Harrington website says that the same neural pathways that we use for drug and gambling addiction are the same pathways that we use for device addiction. So because it increases our dopamine levels, we're more likely to repeat this action. And signs for device addiction include missing meals, maybe worried about battery levels, and then arguments over device use. Another negative impact from screen time is a language and social skills development. Children under 2 are learning by their environment. They are learning emotional connections and social cues that really need to be done by interactions with other humans, and they're not getting that by watching TV. Lastly, I would like to discuss ways to successfully manage your children's screen time. According to the Mayo Foundation for Medical Education and Research, one way to effectively do that is to create tech-free zones. And that would be, certain times of the week that you're not allowing them to be on their tablets or video games, avoiding it at mealtime, and then maybe just putting it on like certain days of the week that they're allowed to do it. The Cleveland Clinic also recommends that you should ban any technology use until all homework is done. The Mayo Education for Medical Education and Research also encourages unstructured playtime with no devices. So ways to encourage children to use their imagination rather than watching TV. Examples including coloring, building blocks, Play-Doh, or maybe playing some games without the use of technology. The Cleveland Clinic states that kids are like sponges and they absorb their environment. So the best way to manage that screen time for your children is to be an example for your child. If you're playing on your phone at dinner, they think that it's also okay for them to play on their phone. So by being consistent, leading by example, and setting clear boundaries and rules will better help manage that screen time. Conclusion. Throughout my speech today, I have discussed reasons why children should use electronics, and which include why they use them, which would include entertainment, COVID pandemic effects, and they're more prevalent in our society today because of how much we use them. I have also discussed why we should limit our children's screen time because of negative impacts such as obesity, sleeping problems, device addiction, and delays in social and language development. And here is my audience.